Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome to a very special session this evening, where I will be doing something which I have not done for 6 years, which is a remake of one of the most powerful training videos ever brought to you by the V, called the 8 Basic Building Blocks. Now, I first shot this video 6 years ago, alright, and over the past 6 years, a lot of things have changed in our company, in our organization, in the global network marketing market, and the way things are done today. So we're calling this video, alright, very beautifully put, okay, the 8 basic building blocks rebuilt. Now, over the past 8 years of building this business with QNET, and especially the V, okay, I've realized that a lot of people have not enough basic foundation knowledge before they go out and start networking. They presume they know a lot, okay, they read a lot of books without consulting people. That means they just pick up any book and read and suddenly feel they know network marketing. So over the past 8 years, I realized that there's no need for a networker to understand anything beyond the basic foundation of network marketing. Alright? And I'm telling you, my theme for training today, alright, and the future is back to the basics. And the 8 basic building blocks has been used all over the world, from Iceland to Iran to South Africa to Teluk Intan, Malaysia. Alright? It's something you put into your DVD player, you watch, and immediately a brand new person can understand what he needs to do before he gets started. Now, the rule of the 8 basic building blocks is basically something which anyone can learn and teach almost immediately. Doesn't require you to have a PhD, doesn't require you to be any more intelligent than me, and I'm not very intelligent, alright? It's something so easily duplicated. Something which you can watch on a TV tonight and tomorrow morning sit in a coffee shop and share it with your brand new sign up on a piece of paper, just like that. See, ultimately our business is a concept of duplication. Anything which cannot be duplicated downline, alright, serves no purpose in this industry. So sometimes you fall into the trap. The more fancier the training, the more excited you get, correct? Oh, look at all these new things I've never heard before. But when you sit in the training, the question you have to ask yourself, can I go home and do this tomorrow? And if the answer is no, then that training is technically not effective, because it cannot be duplicated downline. Alright? Like Mr. Vijay, my mentor, always taught me, Pathman, networking is not about Pathman. Networking is about making thousands of Pathmans so that the Pathman can retire. Are you guys with me? Yes. So if you don't create thousands of yourselves downline, you will never retire, and then networking becomes your full-time job forever. Alright, but the question, how do you create thousands of yourselves? Have something which can be easily duplicated downline. So over the past 8 years, I've been receiving, alright, tremendous amount of good feedback on the 8 basic building blocks. Alright, a lot of people have used it. Okay, I'm very thankful that it's been very effective, but we felt at the V that we needed to do one more. Alright, keep an open mind and let me share with you the easiest, most duplicable concept of networking training which you can use in your daily networking activities. Basic building block number 1 has been highly controversial. Alright, because it touches upon a very sensitive area of people's lives. As you know, basic building blocks number 1 is called the dream. It's called the dream, it's called the reason, it's called the compelling reason. Alright? your vision. Now all those words after dream was used to cover up the word dream. Why they came up with compelling reason, vision, reason? Because generally society is uncomfortable when we talk about dreams. And even in my first video when I did it, I was uncomfortable talking about dreams the way I usually do. I said, this is going to go out to the world, I better be careful and not say dreams. Well, let me change my approach. And I'm telling you, basic building block number 1, without it being very clear in your mind and the minds of the people you share it with, I almost can guarantee that they fail in this business. You can be an expert in every other block. You can be an expert in every other area of networking. You can be the best presenter on stage, alright? You can be the best salesman in your company, but it is not effective until you clearly accept basic building block number 1. Think about it, talk about it. Do you understand that? Now, what is basic building block number 1? It is called the dream. Something which many people around the world today have forgotten about. Alright? Something which most working people in 9 to 5, go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home, people don't have time to even think about. You can do an experiment, go out there and ask anyone, excuse me, what's your dream? The guy will not be able to answer you. Or they will give you the standard crappy answers. Alright, like big car, big house, good life. A dream without which all your actions mean nothing. Do you understand? You can be a hard-working networker, but not a dreamer and not succeed in this business. You can be a dreamer, alright, and not a very sharp marketing person, and you can succeed in this business. Just to share with you, I hope one day I write a book, and the title of my book will be Even a Moron with a Dream. That's my title. I'm serious. Even a moron with a dream, ... can make it in this business. That's all you need. The foundation of your entry into this business is this concept called the dream. Right? So I'm going to talk to you a little about this. If you look back at your lives, growing up, every child grew up a dreamer. There's never a single child without dreams. Do you realize that? Yes. If your childhood was about, I want this. When I grow up, I want to be this. When I grow up, I want to drive this car. When I grow up, I want to buy that house. Everything you watch on TV, you wanted. Alright? And that was because your mind was still naive, innocent. No reality set in yet. Are you guys with me? Yes. Alright? You were still like, I can do anything. I believe I can fly. Are you guys with me or not? Yes. Alright? But after you start working for 40 years, you can't even buy a ticket to get on an aeroplane, alright, to fly. Forget flying on your own. So what happens to most people is as they grow up, as they start falling into this reality zone of a job, alright, this reality zone of barely surviving every month, they forget all the dreams they had growing up. And to me, that is the saddest thing I see in people. The saddest thing I see in people is when I meet a grown adult who has lost the power and capability of dreaming. If ever I would say one of my biggest strengths building this business, I was a dreamer and I never stopped being a dreamer. Why is it called basic building block number 1? Because without clearing that number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is useless. So I would actually wish I could do a 3-hour session on just basic building block number 1. That may be the next video. Are you guys with me? Yes. So the dream, what is it? / compelling reason. What is it? It is something you want so badly that you're willing to pay any price to to achieve it. It is something which lingers in your mind 24 hours a day. It is something you think about every single moment. Do you understand? Alright? I'm not saying it has to be a Ferrari. I'm not saying it has to be a mansion in Malibu. It could be the simplest thing of going for a fantastic vacation in Europe. It could be the simplest thing of buying a house of your own which you don't own right now. It could be the simplest thing of sending your children to the best schools. See, the problem with us, not that you don't have dreams. You have dreams, but you yourself almost don't believe you're going to achieve it. You yourself know somewhere at the back of your mind, most of the time, hey, okay, I wrote down Ferrari lah. Alright? But I also know Ferrari costs, $500,000 US. This is how much money I got in the bank right now. This is how much money I need to get the Ferrari. Something wrong somewhere. You understand? That's the problem. You guys have stopped believing. And don't do basic building block number 1 just because it's a process we ask you to do. Do it because you really want to know what your dreams are. Now, dreams fall into various categories. Alright? You got your short-term business dream goals which you want to achieve. First check, second check, third check, fourth check. Alright? You've got your dreams of life, which is basically where you want to live, the cars you want to drive, and all that stuff. And then you got dreams of who you want to be, which is something I never talked about the last video. For example, my dream right now is who Pathman will be 5 years from now. Alright? Will he be a global trainer? Will he change more lives? Will he carry Mr. Vijay's vision further? Are you guys with me now?
Yes.
So if you look at your dreams, it's divided to 3 categories. Number 1, your short-term dreams, which you want to achieve in the business. And this is crucial. You cannot start something without knowing where you're going. Correct or not? Like we always say, QNET and the V are like the Ferraris of the industry. Do you understand? Now we give you a Ferrari. Happy or not?
Yes.
Happy or not?
Yes.
Right. But then you don't know where you're going. You have no idea where you want to go. So most probably you sit in your Ferrari on the radio and listen to music lah. If you don't know where you're going, why have a Ferrari? A Ferrari is a car which is meant to be driven. Right? No use driving if there's no destination. So your dreams and goals in the business must be crystal clear. You have QNET, you have the V. Alright? Now what do you want to achieve out of this? $250 US? 250 in the first week? I don't know. Maybe possible. Alright? 250 in the first month? Very possible. 250 in the first day? Has been done before. That means possible. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Alright? And I don't know where you want to write it. Write it on your mirror, write it on your mother-in-law's forehead so you can always see it. Alright? Don't write it in your car windscreen, then you meet with an accident, you understand? But write it everywhere lah. Your dream, alright, your goal for the business. Directly related to the compensation plan. Do you understand? That's the first thing. And never talk about things if you're not willing to write it down. Human nature. What you talk about, you forget. What you write, higher possibility you never forget. If you don't have a list of the goals and dreams you want to achieve in this business, written down somewhere, looked after like a sacred piece of paper, then obviously you're not serious about your dreams. Think about it. It's very logical. Alright? If you got into this business and you don't want to take the effort to sit down and write with your upline, helping you, how can you even be serious about this business? I still remember many years ago, I was involved in a different business, And the woman who introduced me to the business, very talented young lady, she came to see me and she said, I want to show you a great business opportunity. So I was a student. I said, okay, show me. I'm interested. But before that, Pathman, what is your dream? I said, listen, don't waste my time. Alright? Just show me what this business opportunity is about. If I like it, I make it work. If I don't like it, I won't do it. She said, sorry, before I show you the details, can I ask you again, Pathman, what's your dreams? And this started to irritate me, okay? Alright? What on planet Earth does my dream have to do with the business you want to show me? Alright? And a lot of people, Asians especially, and most parts of the world, dreams are very personal. Okay? So I sat down, and she kept nagging and nagging and nagging and nagging about my dreams. Finally I told her, okay, let me tell you. I want this, I want that. I wanted an island. I still want an island. Do you understand? I wanted everything. And she said, are you serious about it? I said, I've been dreaming about this since I was 10 years old. When I watch Lifestyles of the Rich or Famous, Robin Leach, the guy who shows this documentary of all these rich people lifestyle, you know. I remember I always told my mom, when I build my new house, the bathroom floor must be heated. Because Robin Leach, one of the videos, I still remember, right? He was walking into a millionaire's house and he said, the bathroom floor is heated. You guys don't have heating anywhere. You don't even have a hairdryer. There are people with heating on their bathroom floor. You understand or not? Alright? And I was very excited. And this lady asked me, this young lady asked me, so Pathman, have you written this down somewhere? I said, no. And she said, okay. I don't think you're serious about it. I said, no, I'm serious. I think about it every day. But you're not taking the effort to write it down. You don't have a small book somewhere. These are the most precious things of your life. Dreams are like gold. And you haven't written it down somewhere. And I went back the next day and I wrote everything down. Every single dream. Alright? Everything I wanted to achieve. And every time I wrote it down, there was automatically a smile on my face. Do you understand? And I got a very nice smile. And now when I read back that piece of paper, I've achieved a lot of my dreams which I want to achieve. But I look back, I smile, you know. I say, oh my God, I wanted that now. I really wanted that now. Because your dreams grow with you, you know. As you keep achieving your dreams, alright, your dreams now become different. To me now, I bought all the cars, I bought all the houses. Alright, I bought a lot of watches. There's at the limit a man can go lah. Car, house, watch lah. I don't like pens, and we can't use too much jewelry. You understand or not? Alright, so I'm running out of materialistic things to buy. But I still love to travel, so I spend most of my time, 10 months a year, traveling around the world. And now my dreams go to the next stage of who I become in the next 5 years. Are you guys with me? Yes. So in your case, you're sitting there at home or here right now, ask yourself, what are your dreams? What have you always wanted to achieve? And you can think back right now. You don't even need to sit down in a dark room. You can sit right now and think back when you were 16, 17, 18 years old and think back what you really wanted. Can you remember the stuff you really wanted and never got it? And it could be something you can afford right now, but you have forgotten to buy it. True or not? Yes. So I would advise you, after watching this video or tomorrow morning, wake up and go and buy everything you wanted to buy as a kid. Basic building block number 1 is for you to realize there's something out there you want to achieve. There's something which is keeping you alive. Because they always say, you know, sorry for being very direct, but they always say a man without the dream is as good as a dead man. Because the only thing differentiates you and a robot is the capability of dreaming. You realize that? Yes. The only difference between you and a robot. Now computers can think faster than you. So your brains isn't exactly very great. Alright? Right? So the only difference with us and machines is the capability and the power of a dream. And all of you, and some of you are sitting at home and watching this again, and you've been doing this business for 5 years, 6 years, and you have lost totally, alright, dream building, you have lost that. You are so preoccupied by show the plan, training, business presentation, show the plan, training, V-circle, business presentation, you understand or not? Alright? And now, you lost. You have forgotten what you want to achieve. Alright, I grew up with 2 brothers, Kuna and Sati. Alright, and I work very closely with Sati building the business. And we sit down and we talk about our dreams. 8 years ago, it would be very not macho lah. 5 guys sitting down in the coffee shop. Hey, what's your dream? My dream is to own this and that, It wouldn't be considered macho 8 years ago. Most only people will beat you up, you understand? No? But today I talk about my dreams all the time. I get excited about it. Because if you don't have it, why are you here? Do you understand? And this basic building block number 1 called the dream or compelling reason. I like the word compelling reason, as Mr. Vijay taught me. You can call it compelling reason, compelling dream. Alright? It's something you want to achieve so badly that it pushes you to do something to achieve it. Alright? Because in our business, there is no external factor which can push you to achieve lah. Our business is not about you having a boss. Your upline is there to support you. Alright? He can order you to show plans. He can order you to do anything. So it's not like a traditional job. Alright? There is a comparison people say. In traditional business, there is what we call negative motivation. Alright? I know it's a contradictory term, but let me explain. In traditional business out there, when you open a restaurant anywhere in the world, it's going to cost you 200,000 US. Nice restaurant. Okay, in some parts of the world, $1 million US. When you want to open a restaurant, you obviously don't have the money. Because you had the money, you won't need to open a restaurant. You understand? So if you will take a loan from a bank. And when you take a loan from a bank, every month you must pay. So you take a loan from the bank and you open the restaurant. Alright? 200,000 US loan you took from a bank. And you open a restaurant. What time will you open your restaurant? Most probably you run it 24 hours. So some countries you open at 6 in the morning, correct? Will you work the whole day? Yes. You got to pay the bank no matter what happens. Let's say at 12 o'clock midnight, you're about to close your restaurant and you're pulling the door down. And suddenly you see 50 people walking towards your restaurant. What are you going to do? Stay and open back, right? And the guy will say, I thought you're closing. No, I was testing the door. Please come in. Please sit down, eat. We cook for you, we serve you. You understand? Why? What are you motivated by? High possibility you're motivated by the loan you have to repay. You don't repay, they bankrupt you, alright? And your mother-in-law will have another story to nag you about. Well, there's no mother-in-law people here? Okay. Alright? Do you understand? So I call that negative motivation. In our business, QNET, alright? What is there? How much do you pay to buy a product? 5, 6, 7, 800 US dollars. You don't have to take a loan from a bank. You understand? You pay it, you may forget about it. So what's there to motivate you to push yourself to make this business happen? There's no negative motivation. There's no bank loan. There's no boss. There's no 9-to-5 job contract. The only thing which is going to push you to do this business is your own dreams. And without it, don't be surprised if your journey becomes very tough. Alright? And your dreams will change as you grow in the business. Alright? Your dreams will change from materialistic to personal. Your dreams will start small and maybe grow very big. Or you may start with big, unbelievable dreams. Dreams, anything. As long as you want it. So basic building block number 1, ladies and gentlemen, is the dream. No dream, no purpose to do this business. No dream, no compelling reason to push yourself. So after watching this video, please sit down with a piece of paper and go back to the days where you had dreams and put down everything you wanted to achieve in your life. If you wanted a private jet plane, pink with yellow polka dots, it's okay. As long as you believe that you want it. You want to marry Shakira? It's okay. If a Telo Intan boy can do it, anyone can. There's a statement I want to close basic building block number 1 with. I had written by one of the greatest networkers around the world. And the statement says, if the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. If the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. Now you need to understand this statement. It's a powerful, powerful statement. What it means is, if the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. What are the facts? The house. 20 rejection is a fact. Alright? You're tired is a fact. You don't have enough time, maybe a fact. You understand? All your downlines are lazy, maybe a fact. You understand or not? Alright? Your market is saturated, which is a lie, not a fact. There's no such thing as saturation. Alright? So what that statement means, if the dream is big enough, all the facts don't count. 35 rejections, you will still be smiling and showing more plans because your dream was big enough. So basic building block number 1, I want to stress again. As simple, as uncomfortable as it sounds, do it first. Sit with your downlines, get your upline to sit with you and clear this amazing basic building block called the dream.